This model is another from Corgi's Hauliers of Renown series, and it's a limited edition made in a run of 1000 models. As usual for a Corgi model, there's a couple of cards in the box. One is a postcard to get some more information, and the other is a uniquely numbered collector card which includes some information about the livery of the model truck. This model is in the colours of the Scottish company West of Scotland, which was founded in 1946. One area it currently specialises in is transport for the wind turbine industry, and that's the basis of this model. Inside the box are parts for the Lowloader, the Scania T, the gooseneck and the deck, and a bag of small parts, and there's also a wind turbine load. There's no instructions for the model, but the assembly is simple with just the addition of door mirrors onto the cab. And there's also a fiddly one which is a tight fit in the hole, and that goes over the passenger side door. After that, it's a quick sprint around the other side of the cab and put the other door mirror in. And then we finally walk tall and press in the two roof aerials. Starting underneath the Scania T, the chassis is very simple. The transmission drive shaft is modelled, but the rear suspension is not modelled at all. All of the fin tyres have the same tread pattern and they're mounted on brightly chromed wheels. The Scania T Cab looks really good with a light bar on the roof and colour-coded door mirrors, and the distinctive shape at the front is well detailed. A big plus point of this model is the red and white West of Scotland livery, which looks really good. Unusually for a Corgi model, this one has a detailed engine, and behind the cab there are coiled air lines, twin plastic exhausts and another light array. At the rear there are number plates and the Scania mud flaps are flexible. There is some detailing underneath the gooseneck of the trailer, and the width markers are cast metal. Up on top there's inlaid plastic surfacing, and the Nooteboom logos are well formed in graphics. Looking underneath the trailer, and again the detail is simple and basic, but the external view of the wheels does look good. The main Lowloader deck has an inlaid plastic replica timber surface, and the width extensions are permanent metal castings. At the rear there's non-slip surfacing and painted beacon lights. The model does include a load, and it's a wind turbine hub, and it's quite heavy and made in resin. It has a few graphics, and the tarpaulin covers for the blade connections look great. It's out with the Scania T on our Scottish test track, and it rolls well enough, and it's helped by being fairly heavy. The rear wheels share common axles, so they spin around, but one difference on this Corgi model is that it does have functioning steering, and that's nice to see. Although the range of movement isn't huge, it does give it some interesting posing possibilities. The other unusual feature for a Corgi model is that it features a tilting engine cover, and it works well enough because it stays tilted to let you have a good look underneath. The Nooteboom trailer deck is a model of simplicity. The wheels roll easily, but there's no other functionality on this part of the model. The gooseneck, however, does have a working feature. It's got a couple of hydraulic cylinders which drive the connection point to the trailer. You could use that to get some adjustment in the connection, but the cylinders on the review model were too loose to really make any difference. We'll now move on and assemble the complete vehicle, so the gooseneck just clips into the trailer. And as usual for a Corgi, it's a simple entry of the kingpin into the fifth wheel on the tractor. Once it's all joined up, the only slight issue is that the gooseneck's not quite horizontal. Anyway, we always like to achieve a connection on CranesEtcTV, so here we are now plugging the air lines from the tractor into the trailer. It's a reasonable fit, and if you're careful you can straighten up the trailer without the air lines popping out. With the vehicle assembled, you can pop on a load, and of course that could be a piece of construction equipment if you like. Or you can put on the turbine hub, which is a rather bulbous load, and drive it off to the wind farm. This is a nice model from Corgi, and the Scania T Tractor has some decent functionality. But the real plus point is that it looks very good and poses very well with other equipment in a wind farm diorama. Overall, it's an easy model to recommend.